Students, welcome back to the online class of science. This is your Naima Miss back again with a new lesson, heat and measurement. Before we start the lesson, I would ask you all, do you know C.V. Raman? Who was C.V. Raman? He was a great scientist. Okay, C.V. Raman, his full name is Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman. He was the first Indian scientist to become the Sir C.V. Raman. Okay, he was the first Indian scientist who became Sir C.V. Raman. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. His work is on scattering of lights. His discovery effect of light rays named after him as Raman effect. And Raman became anxious to know why the seawater, sky, and glaciers were blue in color. As we know that water is plain color, right? It has no color. But he was anxious when we see the seawater, when we see sky, they are blue in color. He finally brought forth the reason for the blue color of the sky. Seawater and glacier. He announced the Raman effect on February 28, and so that the day is observed as the National Science Day. The Nobel scientist died on 20th November 1970. So this was a short description of C.V. Raman, who was a great scientist of India. And children, I would request you all to just don't memorize it. Whatever you are learning, you just try to understand, relate it with your day-to-day life, whatever things you are using in your daily life, enjoy it, and then memorize it, then try to learn it also. Okay, simply seeing the video also doesn't help you. So after seeing the video, please go through your textbooks and try to learn whatever I have taught today. Fine. So today we are going to learn about heat and measurements. So in your winter season, which clothes do we wear in winter season? We wear in winter season, we wear the dress which provides us heat, isn't it? Hot, which keeps our body warm. Yes, and in summer season, we wear which type of clothes? The clothes which keep our body cool. Yes. So depending on the season, depending on the seasons, we wear different types of clothes. Why is it so? Why it happens like that? And do you see your ice cream? How is your ice cream? Is it hot or it is chill? How is your ice cream? Your ice cream is chill, right? It is cool. And what about your container, a glass or a cup of tea? Cup of tea is having tea in it. Okay, so how it is? It's hot, right? It is hot. And suppose you are having a glass, and in this glass you are having some water. Okay, you are having some water which is neither hot and neither cold. It is neither hot and it is neither cold. It is lukewarm. So that means it acts as the intermediate between the both. It acts as the intermediate between the hot and cool, right? It is an intermediate. So this acts as the intermediate. It is neither hot, it is neither cool, right? It is neither hot, it is neither cool. So when you eat your ice cream, you feel like chill, it is cool, right? And when you touch a hot cup of tea or coffee, you feel like it is hot. And when you touch the lukewarm water, it is neither hot and it is not neither cool, so it you are able to hold it. So why it is happening like this? Why it is like this? How can you know that it is hot, it is cool, it is lukewarm, it is intermediate? How will you come to know? It is because of the temperature, a term called temperature. Temperature helps us to know that whether it is the whether it is cool or hot. So this is the topic which we are going to talk about. Temperature, that is nothing but related to heat. Okay, with the help of temperature we will be able to know whether it is chill, it is hot, or it is intermediate. Now suppose you are sick. Okay, you are sick. So what does your mama do? She will bring one apparatus in her hand, and she will try to test it. She will check whether your fever is high or cold. How she will come to know? The apparatus with which your mother is going to check the fever is called as thermometer. Okay, it is called as thermometer. When the doctor also tests your fever, when you go to doctor, you are suffering from fever, he will take one glass type of, or you may have nowadays digital also it is there, glass also is available. So he will take that machine and he will keep in your mouth. Yes, when he keeps in your mouth, then after a few minutes or seconds, he will take out it and he will see the temperature, right? So with the help of this thermometer only, you will be able to know whether you are having a normal fever or high fever. Suppose the thermometer is showing 98.6 degrees centigrade, so that means you have normal temperature. Okay, this temperature is normal. Suppose your temperature is above 100 or 100 degrees centigrade or above it, so that means that you are suffering from fever. Okay, fever. If the temperature is above it, like you are having 1 or 2, 1 or 3, then it is known as high fever. Okay, so that means you are suffering from fever. Fine. And based on the temperature, the doctor will prescribe you some medicines. Okay, so with this we have if the temperature is suppose you'll take this thermometer and check the temperature of an ice cream, you will see that it will be mostly to 10 degrees or mostly 5 to 10 degrees. This will be your temperature of ice cream. Okay, so if you take your ice cream, this will be your temperature. So that means based on the things you can see the temperature. So based on the temperature you will see that whether the object is cooler or hotter. Okay, if you see the ice cream, then this is the coolest. This is very coolest. And if you see the a cup of tea or coffee, then that is hottest. You will not be able to touch it. If you go and touch also, you will just pull your hand back. If you're having your ice cream also, if it is very cool, you'll just pull your hand back. If you see whether it is the cup of tea, then also you'll pull your hand back because of the hottest and the coolest effect. If you take the lukewarm water, then that means you are able to hold it. That means it is an intermediate. It does not affect you so much. You will be able to hold it. In summers also we feel like hot. That's why we will try to wear the clothes which are having, which keeps our body cool. And in winters we have the very low temperatures in our surrounding, that is the temperatures will be very less, so you will try to wear the clothes which will keep your body warm. So that's why you will try to wear the clothes which keeps your body warm, like sweaters, okay, jackets, etc. So when you sit in front of fire, what do you feel? Or when you walk in the sunlight, how do you feel? Warm, right? This is because of the temperature, change in temperature. Acha, do you all have observed while cooking, your mother, she keeps rice on the stove or the gas. You observe that the lid of the vessel or your whatever container you're using to cook the rice, you will see that, suppose this is a container, you will see that the lid of this container will fall down or it will move up because of the some bubbles will be coming out like this. Some bubbles will be coming out like this. Suppose this is your stove, this is your vessel. Okay, your mother is cooking rice in it, and you will see that the lid is, if you close the lid completely, you will see that this lid is falling down. It is just the it gets pushed up, and the vapors will be coming out like this. So did you observe it? Why do you think that is happening? We know that boiled water or the rice is being converted into vapors. The water which is there here, because of the heat it is going and it is converting the water into vapors. So these vapors, what they will do, push they will push the lid, so the lid will start moving or it will fall down because of the pressure given by the vapors to the lid. Yes, so we know that heat is in the form of energy also. right? So here you can see that the heat gives pressure to the lid. So what did we observe? When we stand in sun or near the fire, heat energy enters into our body and we feel hot. So when ice is put on our palm, heat energy moves from our body to the piece of the ice. So that means what is heat? Heat is nothing but the energy which makes an object appears hot or cold is called as heat. Okay. Now, do you like, have you ever, whenever you rub your hands, have you observed that your hands become warm? Yes. Start rubbing your hand and see whether your hands are becoming warm. Just touch your face after rubbing your hands. Yes, they became warm, right? So that means there is some conversion of energy. That means this mechanical energy, like whatever mechanism you're doing, you're rubbing your hand, this mechanism of rubbing your hand changes the heat mechanism, that energy. Rubbing your hand converts the mechanical energy into heat energy. Into heat energy. Yes, it converts mechanical energy into heat energy. So that means some conversion of energy is taking place. So like this we will learn few more conversions of energy. That is nothing but, if you beat the iron rod, if you beat with the hammer, you will see that the, if you beat with a hammer, you will see that the iron rod, whatever you have, the iron rod, whatever you have, when you are hitting with the iron, another iron, that is hammer, of course hammer is also made up of iron, right? So when you are hitting both of these, you will see that the iron rod gets hot. Why? Because of the mechanical energy getting converted into heat energy. Okay, what it is happening, this mechanical energy is converting into heat energy. Fine. And one more example, if you take tamarind seed, you know tamarind, na? Chintapandu, or you say imli, just take the seed of that which you have at your home also. So take the seed and just rub on the stone. Simply rub on the stone and you keep on your this backside of your palm and see whether it is getting hot or not. So when you rub your that seed onto the stone and keep on your hand, you will see that the seed is becoming hot. That is also because of the mechanical energy getting converted into heat energy. Similarly, heat energy can also be, we can also get heat energy from somewhere else. Like if we use electric heater to heat water, there what do you see? The electric current, the electrical energy is converted into heat energy. Here we are seeing mechanical energy, right? We are doing some action. So that is nothing but mechanical. So mechanical energy is converted into heat energy. So examples we said, hands, we have seen the tamarind seeds, we have seen the rod, iron rod. Yes, so now we'll see the electrical energy. So that is electrical energy is converted into heat energy. So for that we'll see example, water heater. When you take water heater, you will just place it in water and you just plug on, switch on the current, and you will see that after passaging of electric current into the heater, you will see that the water gets start boiling after some times. So that means the electrical energy, that is the current, has converted its energy into the heat. So that means the water is getting boiled because of the conversion of electric current into heat energy. Similarly, we have geysers also. If you see, next one is chemical energy. Some chemical energy is nothing but the energy is, chemical energy is converted into heat energy. That means whatever chemicals we have obtained, for example, we have gas, we have gas at our home, right? Gas stoves we have. In the cylinder, what do we have? Gas is filled with the cylinder. That is nothing but it is made up of some chemicals, right? So that is nothing but that gas is converting itself into heat, and heat, it is giving us heat, it is giving us heat to cook the food, right? So that means the chemical here in the gas is getting cylinder, it is the gas which is present in the cylinder is getting itself converted into the heat energy. Fine. So with this, what did we learn? So we learned that conversion of energy is in three forms. Yes, first one is mechanical form. We have mechanical energy is getting converted into chemical energy. Yes, mechanical energy is converting into heat energy. Yes, and we have electric energy. Electric energy is getting converted into, electrical energy is getting converted into heat energy. Yes, and last but not the least, we have last energy which is getting converted into heat energy is chemical energy. Chemical energy, this is also again getting converted into heat energy. Yes, so in this class we have learned about heat, that is a temperature, and we have learned about the conversion of heat. Okay, conversion of energy, conversion of energy into heat energy. Okay, conversion of energy, conversion of energy into heat energy. So let us wait for the next class. Thank you.